seems to have moving sentry, which makes that sentry lane, that control, that much more important.
Look at that. Only 64% voting VT. I'm surprised, chat. Y'all have learned, though. They have lost too many bits voting on the sure thing, quote unquote.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, a little bit of a GUI glitch here. If that is an issue in the ref system, it might be a restart, but if it's just a GUI glitch, we'll move on as normal. So both teams going with what we're calling the standard strat, where their standards get ammunition first, and there goes the VT standard. It's got a slow scan speed, but is able to fire defensively at the opposing robot.
As immediate first blood on the NYU standard. He was being aggressive there, trying to take central map control. And
now the hero as well from NYU going to fall. A double kill for the infantry bot from Virginia Tech.
Look at that GUI from Virginia Tech.
Yeah, so much information. Let's see if they can get better than a quadra from Texas A&M in this last match. Virginia Tech has had one of the more aggressive strategies. Once they got into playoffs, they don't let you get very far from your regen zone after you're alive.
Yeah. So now Virginia Tech's going to play the sentry game. They're going to try and get ammo on that hero, it looks like, and go plink the sentry. The sentry is spinning quite slow. Oh, but the NYU cover falls off in the middle of the field. That leaves their robot exposed. It could get shot and break during the match, but no, that's just an ejection.
Well, yeah, so you've seen some pieces fall off of the UT robots earlier without a suspension, chat. If I had to guess, when this logo disappears, you'll see two probably pieces of aluminum extrusion. Don't think there will be a yellow card. It was a referee system issue that they paused the game for, not actually that bumper falling off. So 2-1, game starts. All right, so we're still in round one, Virginia Tech versus NYU.
So yeah, same strat as I predicted as last round. Neither sentry's moving. It looks like the infantries are both going to get ammo first and are going to head to the center of the map. This time Virginia Tech leaves first and is actually going to wait by their base instead of taking central map control. We can't see from this angle, but I assume, yeah, NYU's standard is also in the center trying to take some space.
Just as you predicted, VT kind of pushing that non-sentry lane, right? Coming up there to where we have the chip damage lane.
Yeah. And
a little bit of engaging. They're able to chunk out the standard for NYU. That got quick.
Yeah. Quick first blood. And now we can expect the NYU standard to come back online. They actually, VT is retreating, so NYU might have time here to reconvene.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you start the game, you have so little money to spend. Here in 2 seconds, they'll have more gold to purchase projectiles, allowing that standard to get back in the fight.
The NYU sentry thinks it sees something and starts shooting. Or maybe that's a randomly programmed shot.
Chat calls this the frag grenade strat. So it just randomly starts firing, especially if it gets hit. We don't know if there's actually any environmental feedback that makes it start. But yeah, it just fires in circles, and it's quite effective, actually.
Actually, if you look in the bottom right screen, that NYU standard is about to die. But on the screen, you can see the two little antennae of a DR-16. I just think that's interesting. Yeah, here it looks like NYU is still trying to be aggressive, even though they just they have for the first blood.
And as we've cited before, NYU actually winning the match right now, 600 to 570 sentry health. But 3 minutes left in the game. I expect VT doesn't care about sentry health. Yep, back in that same spot, starting to try and take some damage onto the base.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely
hero on hero action. VT lands a shot. The module offline for Virginia Tech standard.
Virginia Tech sentry is just shooting their own base over and over and over and over again. It looks like those are purple armor plates, which may be close to blue.
Yeah, happened to Texas A&M a couple years ago. Not completely unheard of.
Luckily, the base is invulnerable, so no damage is taken.
This offline module from Virginia Tech is going to give experience and levels to the side of NYU. Chat, the plot armor is strong.
Chaos everywhere. Ammo everywhere on the field, littered like stars.
How much has NYU paid to me? I don't know who they would even pay. This is absurd. The Virginia Tech standard firing the wrong way.
And Hero
the Virginia Tech sentry offline. All right.
And now NYU is going to go aggressive, surprisingly.
That's what they need to do.
They know they have an advantage thanks to those referee system issues.
All
and they have ammo.
To do is keep this hero down. They have this tiny sentry lead, and as long as they keep eyes on the hero, just spam killing the hero, the standard will spam kill itself with an offline module. They'll be able to take down round 1 versus Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Looks like Virginia Tech was trying to get rid of the virtual shield on that base.
That's been their strat in most of their games today. They ignore the sentry, get 1 kill, and then just nuke the tile. But without their standard there to play the other lane, as they've done in the past, they were taking too much heat, and they've got to back off.
But look at this. Both NYU ground robots are both level 3, whereas Virginia Tech only has their level 3 hero and an offline robot.
Virginia Tech swapping up their strategy, and just as we warned, now they've landed 2 hits on the sentry, taking it down to 400,
taking
390.
the lead. A significant
190.
lead.
Yeah, so hard to match the damage of a good hero. They've got to kill this hero.
And that's the sentry dead by the hero. Wow, very impressive stuff. And he's just going to go straight for the base to try and progress the win condition here. Unfortunately, the procession of the Beyblade seems to be making him almost miss exactly on time.
We've seen this quite a bit. I've seen it from Texas A&M. I've seen it from VT. Sometimes I think when the hero is trying to do damage to the base, they should just stop Beyblading. It's okay if you die there. It's okay if you take damage. The other team is already level 3. You're not going to give them any big benefits by dying.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to give them, a reason to snowball. That's the only functional robot on NYU or on VT right now. And that lets you just walk up to the sentry.
But if you can land 2 hero shots in exchange for your life, the odds of the other team being able to chew through your sentry and get 400 damage onto your base.
It's possible. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it, but, I see the appeal. But yeah, so Virginia Tech hero coming in clutch, taking the win over NYU in a surprise turn of events. Oh, NYU Standard's going for it at the last second, but does not have time. I did not see the timer up there.
A win for Virginia Tech. Man, a bit of a squandered opportunity from NYU and a great bit of gameplay from Virginia Tech. Their hero was able to carry some games early, had some technical...
Finally getting started, though.
We're ready. Here we go. Virginia Tech versus NYU round 2. There's the frag grenade strat coming out straight out from NYU. Love to see it.
And so actually I just realized that NYU has to be careful that their sentry doesn't shoot their own robots. Especially as they're reloading here at level 1. They have very little health. Yeah, so one of the things that we've discussed with Chad a little bit is because most of the teams aren't aware of the sporadic firing, it works really well as a defensive measure. Yeah. The other team thinks that there's CV happening, and they'll back off. So totally worth it. That's a first blood on the NYU hero quite quickly, and it looks like the NYU sentry, or standard, is backed into a corner. But the NYU sentry spray and pray is actually getting VT off guard and making them pay attention. Yep, because you don't know who shot you. If you're looking the other direction, you get hit, your screen flashes red, and you're like, oh my, who am I getting targeted by? You turn around, it's the frag grenade, so. Yeah. Looks like VT is actually maybe a little scared of NYU because it looks like they're getting, capturing that center point, which suggests that they're expecting to take damage. Or they're just denying that center point. 90-second cooldown on the buff can be really crippling if you can ace the other team, take the buff points. Yeah. NYU Standard took a substantial amount of damage from their own sentry. Looks like they're at 20 HP. Oh no, there it goes down. That's going to give level 3 over to the Standard of Virginia Tech, level 2 to that all-important hero from VT. And they're out of gold at the moment, but in about 15 seconds, they'll get a resupply of money, and that's when I expect to see their hero make a big push. The VT infantry is just going right past the Standard. It does not care. Just trying to kill the enemy robots. Switching up their strat a little bit, I think VT also ready to move on about their next match. That sentry going offline from a module, actually. But that will give the all clear to Virginia Tech's hero, who typically does very, very well. Triple kill. That's the first time I've heard triple kill. A&M got a quadra kill. Wow. Yeah.
I was screaming for the penta. It didn't happen.
So yeah, hero's going to line up shots. You can see they have these markings on their HUD that tell them
just a little low still.
How to get their distances right. And there they go. They're locked in. You can see every time they fire, their whole gimbal kind of shakes and they lose the position that they had before. So they actually have to realign their hero and shoot. And that cost them a lot. They just shot 5 projectiles. I think they only hit 1, and then they ran out of ammo because that's all they had. So they had to go back.
Yep. The infantry and the hero, the official names of the robots, but that hero really is very much plays like a tank. It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit bigger. It's got long reload times. And as you're saying, the impact of firing your own projectile launcher often forces you to retarget.
So actually, yeah. So VT seems to really like this spot, as you predicted. Yep. They kind of just sit here and have the accuracy and confidence to go for the base at, looks like 3 or 4 meters. But the the NYU hero is back online and nodding at its adversary, trying to physically block it.
It's not going to make them win, but it is going to slow down their loss. Yeah, Isaac, I don't know. Chat likes to give me a hard time about how much I think people should listen to the stream, but I've been a little surprised. I think maybe in the future we'll see some of the top teams be tasked with sitting and watching the stream. Even if they're watching live, the viewpoints that we get from the point of view of the robots is really revealing. And I think if, for example, if you know this about VT, right, if you see them do this, I think it's their 4th or 5th game doing this, and then you play against them, I think it gives you a pretty strategic advantage to be able to know where they're going to be. You could sneak up behind them and take them out pretty quickly 2v1 with robots. So, chat, a long-awaited match is over. Virginia Tech taking 2-0 against NYU. Excellent run from NYU. Thank you.